Hello everybody and welcome to my 100th vlog. Not since I've started doing the web camera, I only started doing that January this year actually. But yeah, overall this is the number 100 one, so I asked people to put forward some questions. So there's only about 10 or so questions, we didn't actually get that many. On that subject I noticed, there's been a little bit of a decline in the number of comments these vlogs get, so I'm considering not doing them weekly now, maybe just kind of spreading them out a bit if there's stuff to talk about specifically, rather than stretching for stuff to talk about. Also, let me tell my dog to stop cleaning herself. Thank you. Also, if you want to jump on the bed so people can see you, that'd be good. Do you want to hop on the bed? She's just staring at me. Nope, she's not moving. So anyway, I do have those questions to go through, and yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I won't necessarily go out of my way to do a vlog every Monday unless I have something specific to talk about, or there has been a build up of questions, because then maybe I could do like 2 or 3 worth in one video. Or, if I have like an Akashi Connection box to show off, we'll have a November one coming soon, and then there'll be a Christmas one. So, that kind of stuff. I'm considering spreading it out a little bit rather than sticking to a schedule for them just for the sake of having them. Let me know if you agree or not. But first of all, anyway, before we get started with these questions, I will just say thank you for the support in general on the channel as well, but very specifically to the following people who backed my channel on Patreon last month, which is why I turned pale, because I brought up my list of shoutouts to do. So thank you to the following people for last month. Apropos of nothing, Carneris, Greg the Howler, whose shoutout I still need to do actually. Don't worry, I'm saving it for a Monster Hunter one, because I know that's what you're primarily here for. I hear the dog cleaning herself again. Taya Blake, Matsamuni, Coulson, Good Rory, Nick Gallotti, Michael Smith, Thaxton, Grant Doty, Soul Food, Jason Jason and Nino, sorry I've got a sore throat from doing a lot of recording today, Andy, Amy Spain, Ryan, Lenore, Fraser Macbeth, Casper MH, James Kilgore, Terrell Smith, that one guy with the face, Yuki, and George Stevens. Thank you very much. And I know it becomes harder to do, spending a little bit extra in the run up to Christmas, so if you do consider still supporting the channel in the winter months, I'm greatly thankful for that. And with that, let me save that I've done that. I still need to do the Twitter shoutouts. I always put that off for some reason, and I've got no good reason for it. I just do. Dog, seriously, I don't want to spend this whole vlog telling you to stop licking yourself. Oi! 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 Don't make me poke you. I'm leaning over to poke you. Stop it. You will go bald if you keep doing that. We have to tell you to stop. She's on medicine for it as well, but her allergies are as bad as mine are right now. You went right back to doing it. Go on, out. Go do it in peace so I can't complain when I hear you doing it, because I don't want to hear the slurping on camera. Also, it makes me look like a madman talking to someone off camera that's a dog. Anyway, the first comment on last week's Let's Chat was from Shoals saying, do you intend to play this War of Mine again or something similar? I don't know of any games that are similar to this War of Mine, but if you know any, let me know. There is I don't know if it's classed as an expansion or a remake or whatever coming out. It might be a PS4 exclusive. I remember linking the trailer from E3. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called The Little Ones or something like that. I'd play that again. I don't know if the series was massively popular, but I like the game. So yeah, I would do it again. If I can live stream by then, it might be the kind of thing I could do that and kind of get viewer interaction, and they can be the ones responsible for all the bad decisions rather than just me. Aston Castellanos says, when will the next offline video of Monster Hunter 4 be? When it goes live. What is your favourite monster in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite? I didn't really see most of what Freedom Unite had to offer, but Zonogre wasn't in that one, was he? It was too early. Rathalos then, why not? Also, will Monster Hunter Freedom Unite be a series? Sadly not. For a couple of reasons. One, I didn't like the pad that I had to use for the iPad version. 2, if anybody upgrades to the newest iOS, it makes a bunch of games not work, and Capcom isn't bothering to make Freedom Unite work with the newest update. And the touch controls themselves I found too awkward. And there didn't seem to be much outcry to see me doing that version of it anyway. The same with Portable Third. It didn't have nearly the viewership that 4U does. And I imagine it won't have anywhere near what Cross will have, so those won't be coming back for now. Again, it's something I could play online if I could stream at the same time, I mean. Pardon me. Jason Inyo says, out of all the playthroughs you have done thus far, what's been the most fun to record? My most fun I've had is probably either Octodad, which I did for patrons last year, or New Vegas. I really enjoyed having fun with that and just poking fun. I'm finding it a lot harder to poke fun at Fallout 4 because your character talks, and as a result I've noticed that overall there's a lot less talking in the game in general, which is a little bit disappointing, because I like, talking back to the people you're talking to as me, not the character I'm playing as. It was a bad choice to go that Mass Effect route of the multiple dialogues. Maya, seriously, you've got to stop, you're distracting me. I'm going to have to throw like a Tic Tac box at you or something. You've got to stop, you're going to go bald. Nobody likes bald dogs. Also, nobody likes bald cats, and if you do, you're wrong. Yeah, good, she stopped. Those are the only two offhand I can think of that were fun to record. I like doing Dark Souls 2 and Scholar of the First Sin with Rory. What else? Oh, playing Monster Hunter in general is good fun as well. So next comment, how exactly do likes and comments on a video help a YouTuber out? Everyone always says it, but how exactly do they help? Alright, this is a little bit of an in-depth answer, so that's why I'm covering this. YouTube as it is right now, likes and dislikes do absolutely nothing. Nothing at all, because they had to change the system because it was too easy to go to like Fiverr or something and buy 100 likes or 100 dislikes if you want to punish somebody's video because you don't like them. YouTube couldn't find the accurate way to tell likes and dislikes that were done by a bot from an actual person, so their only option was to remove it from how it adds weight to a video for placement in SEO, where it is in searches and stuff. So as it is right now, they do nothing. I think most people, myself included, we just kind of have it inbuilt in our routine that we ask for likes and things, so we still do it even though it does nothing. In the back end. In the front end, it does do stuff. It genuinely does let us know if you've enjoyed something, so there is a reason to do it. That's why there's still technically a reason to dislike a video as well. It doesn't help from an SEO perspective at all. It just, it just helps inform the content creator that you've enjoyed what they've watched. Comments, on the other hand, do still matter. They do still lend weight to SEO, as do watch times, especially. Watch times is the big thing now with YouTube Red and whatnot. So yeah, people just have it inbuilt in their blurbs, their patter. But there's technically not any reason to ask for likes now. If anything, you should be saying at the start of the video, hey, I hope you're here to enjoy yourself. Please be sure to watch all the video in one sitting, because then I'll make the most money out of the pennies that YouTube will give me. But that doesn't sound quite as nice as just saying at the end of the video, leave a like if you enjoyed. Which is, it's simple enough, takes half a second and doesn't become overbearing assuming you don't mention it every 5 minutes in the video. So, right now it does nothing. It might do something again in the future if they work out how to tell real likes from fake likes, but right now nothing at all. And you can check Google's Q&A about it to have that corroborated. So the next comment was from Grinning L. So do you plan on going through Fallout 4 more than once on camera, assuming the first run is going to be your sniper? It is. To test the waters and see what other builds are viable. Any builds that you are hoping are accessible in this iteration of the Fallout series that you've wanted to play in the past? I'm personally a huge fan of high agility, high luck shotgun melee builds. I am really, really interested in doing a melee build in Fallout 4. Hell, the first shop you find, she has a weapon that was in Fallout 3, the Chinese general's badass looking sword is right there for like a 5,000 cap price tag. So yeah, I'd love to do a general kind of melee weapon build. I know there's a specific skill because they showed it off before the release, which is especially for bats, but I wouldn't use a bat. I'd maybe use fists, but like bladed weapons. I'd love to try a tanky, reasonably quick melee build and see how that fares. So after I finish, just the play I'm doing blind, assuming I still like the game by then, I would definitely consider doing another one. Maybe, ideally, via live stream by then, I don't know. But yeah, melee build is definitely looking appealing to me. Kuno K says, how does it feel to get to the milestone of 100 vlogs? I know we all certainly enjoyed it, keep it up. Thank you very much. It feels like I didn't waste my time, which is a good thing. Ninja Eagle 63 is next, saying, I really love watching you play Monster Hunter for you, and we've talked before on Facebook, but I can't exactly pay for anything on Steam. So I can't do much, but I really want to play with you. The question, is there any way I can play with you guys without having Steam? So I think I went over this before, but Steam recently introduced a thing where, in order to get access to most of the features of Steam, including, sadly, Steam groups, community chats, which is what I use for my For You nights, they put a price tag of I think it's $5 or $10 minimum spend on your Steam before you get access to these features. They didn't do that to force you to spend money or anything like that. They did that to put a curb on people making fake accounts to like con people out of items, real money, and stuff like that. So they had to do it. It's not ideal. I used to be able to say to people, hey, just get a Steam account and join the Steam group. It's free rather, so there's no harm. Just take a second out of your day to make an account. Can't say that anymore because there is a cost associated that I don't get anything out of, only Steam does. There's a lot of good games on Steam and you can get a lot of them for cheap, so you could definitely just spend that amount, but I understand that you might not want to. I can't really do anything about that until I can live stream. Once I can live stream, I can be on YouTube Gaming, I can be on Twitch, and then you've got those chats, and that's much easier to organise. Hey, here's a room number, join it. But right now, I can't. The area's being upgraded as we speak. It's just a case of when they do the particular exchange, which is like down the road from me a little bit. Or not the exchange, the main exchange is done. The cabinet that I'm connected to. It's probably not going to be until early next year. But once it happens, once I can live stream, it'll be much easier for me to host these kind of nights. Be it 4U, be it cross, be it 3U, you know, that kind of stuff. It'll be much easier once that happens. So, right now, I can't offer an alternative. Hopefully within the next 3 months, I can. That's all I can do for now. Monty1 says, can you play some Devil May Cry please? Which one? I like all of them a little bit, at the very least. I don't think there's much of an audience in my viewership though for me to just suddenly do a playthrough of a Devil May Cry game. If they made another one, I would definitely take a look at it. I liked DMC, although most people didn't. Again, that's another thing I could just randomly play on a stream, rather than going out of my way to. I don't mind doing VODs of games which I probably don't have a viewership for, because that's fine. We still had the live stream itself. But it's not quite the same when it's a recorded playthrough. The Rabbit. Do you think YouTube Red would ever exist if Adblock wasn't invented? That's a good question. Would they have ever thought to do this had Adblock not been such a big problem? Maybe. Maybe, but I'm leaning towards no. I think it's a direct answer to Adblock, where you still give people a no ad option, but they can feel good about themselves because they still support the people they watch. That said though, I'm not sure. Some sites have gone like to much bigger extremes where they've found workarounds for adblock programs. I'm surprised YouTube didn't do that actually, considering it's kind of got a stranglehold on the audience, but yeah, I'll agree. Well, I'm not agreeing, you didn't really say what you thought, but I'll say, yeah, YouTube Red probably wouldn't exist as it does right now were it not for the prevalence of adblock. Yes, that would be what I would agree with. But there is more and better ways they could have done it. But at least there's a feel-good option now. Some people just don't give a shit. If a content creator has to give up what they do, they'll just find another one. You know, we're not wanting for many people to watch. There's literal millions of people. And if you don't have brand loyalty, then it doesn't matter to you whether or not they're earning any money. So, I don't know. Anyway, that's that question. Moving on. Reaper says, I'm glad you're not playing non-stop with uploads on Fallout 4. Although on that subject, while I'm minding, I'm fitting in one extra episode per week, so there'll be 3 episodes a week. For our Patreon backers, they'll get their episode on Saturday, and then everybody gets an episode on Wednesday, Thursday. And the Saturday episode will be visible on the Tuesday for people who are not Patreon backers. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for non-backers. I'm doing that because I'm recording so much of it right now, and I need it to fill spaces in my schedule so that I don't have gaps. What else did you say? So seeing as we are nearing the end of Monster Hunter 4U, do you have any idea what to do with Saturdays besides Monster Hunter? Things like Don't Starve Together and so on. Not until I can live stream. Until then I don't really have many workable ideas. Out of your long gaming career, what was the most what the fuck moment? As in where you were playing something or recording and something happened in game or out of it that made you think or say, what the fuck? Let's see. While playing or recording, I'm trying to think. That's probably better answered by viewers. I'm trying to think. Well, in New Vegas, I killed someone. That could be a parcel about to be delivered. I killed someone and then walked away, came back, and the very same person was walking past me. And it was the exact same NPC. That's something that got put through the door rather than someone coming to the door. That's a little odd. I guess they didn't need a signature. Okay. Maya, please don't eat the package. Alright, final 3 questions. I'm glad I don't need to get up and do editing afterwards to answer the door. Robert Walsh, serious question and not being a troll, but what exactly was your major problem with Destiny and Warframe? I know different strokes for different folks, but I was just curious. Well, with Destiny, you can see all my thoughts on it in my top 5 best and worst video games of 2014. Destiny was the worst game I played, and in that I went into the reasons why. Yes, I know apparently the Taken King DLC or whatever it's called apparently makes the game good now. Too late, I'm long gone. Sold it off as soon as I could for as much of my buy-in price as I could get back. It's a terrible game. Warframe I don't have a particular problem with, it's just I started getting quite addicted to it, and then I deliberately played it too much because I knew I would get sick of it and move on, because I needed to get away from it because there's no viewership for it. It is just a grindy game that encourages you to spend real money. It's good, I mean it's a fun game, but there's not enough of stuff to do. I haven't tried it since they upgraded the parkour system. I think there's a few new characters now and areas. It's something I'd probably go back to, I just don't want to because then CR will get on at me to play it more. Because he still plays it. So no, I don't have any particular problem with Warframe. I would recommend it to people who are into that kind of thing. It's just, I had to play it enough to get sick of it to step away so I could do other stuff. It was the same way with Realm Reborn. Although there is a new update to Final Fantasy XIV now, I'm trying to ignore it because I'd rather wait until there was even more updates so then I can just play a huge chunk again and get more story. Red Knight says, how are you enjoying The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth? And then I'll move on. Afterbirth I like, despite the fact it is filled with glitches, bugs. They never fixed any of the old bugs, they continue breaking stuff and nerfing stuff that doesn't need to be nerfed, and are doing bullshit ARG stuff with their community rather than concentrating on what's important. So I am still enjoying it, but I find I enjoy it less with everything they do, which is a great shame. Fallout 4 I'm liking a lot so far, and you'll be seeing that in my blind playthrough. Lastly, are you pumped for Dark Souls 3 next year? Well, the release date leaked, so it's April 16th, and there's going to be 2 special editions. I wouldn't say I'm hyped for it, but I'm going to play it. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I enjoyed what I played of the stress test, and I'm looking forward to playing more. And the final question, or comment, I haven't read it yet, so I don't know. From Spherical Cube one day ago says, congrats on the 100th vlog, onwards and upwards to number 200. Also kudos for the Mojo listing, hope it brings in more people. The magical number of 40k subscribers is in sight. Finally, huzzah for Fallout 4 playthrough. Actually, yeah, I am nearing 40,000 subscribers, aren't I? Let me just check. Yep, probably will hit it before the end of the month. Well, maybe. Thank you. I certainly hope so. And that's going to do it. I think I did the Patron Shoutouts and I did the questions on last week's vlogs. So yeah, I might not do one next Monday. I might kind of split them up and maybe do the next one specifically when the next Tokashi Connection box arrives. I don't know. I'll see what people think after this one. Oh yes, also, one last thing to finish on, if you're still listening this long. We are nearing the end of the year, getting into the Christmas season, as I said at the start. In general, I don't particularly like Christmas, and I tend to get miserable around this time of the year. Not depressed, just miserable. You know, it's the Scottish way to be dour about everything. It will be especially true this year because a family member is terminally ill, and we're not sure whether or not they will survive the end of the year. So if I disappear for a little while, that is why. I'll try and spread my uploads out to cover my disappearance. I don't know how long it will take. It will just be a case of how long the grieving process takes. So I hope you understand. Don't worry if I disappear, that's the reason why. And don't forget about me when I come back. Thanks very much for sticking around, and ta-ta for now.